And I am back with my bikini lunches, back by popular demand, guys. I know everybody's been asking about them, and I've been busy. Life goes on. I haven't made them in a while, but this is gonna be delicious. So today, I am going to make my version of jalapeno poppers a la moi. And I say that because it's my own version of jalapeno poppers. They're extra spicy and extra delicious. And this is what you'll need. So you're gonna get some chopped white onions, some 2 garlic cloves. You're gonna chop them up like this. You're gonna need some Goya adobo. Aquí, oregano. We're gonna have sazon Goya. I love this sobrecito. So it's a little packet of like deliciousness that also gives the meat a little bit of color. You're gonna need 1 pound of ground meat. Una sopita, it's a chicken bouillon, we call it sopita, to give it that Dominican flavor. And this is something that I found. Now guys, if you don't have this, you can also just use a little bit of tomato paste and maybe 3/4 of water in a cup, like just to like get a little bit of like the sauce going. But this I just found, I went to Palm Springs, and it's called El Pato. And it's basically this kind of tomato salsa sauce looking thing. Delicious. I'm gonna add that to my meat. So I'm gonna just actually put it all here, because if I cook over here, you guys won't be able to see. So I'm just gonna put it all together here. I'm gonna put it on the stove. I'm gonna let the meat cook, and then I'm gonna show you my jalapenos. I'm gonna pop them in the oven at 375. And then when I come back, I can put it all together and you guys can watch. Wait, last thing before I do anything else. You're gonna need some aged cheddar cheese, okay? So now you got all your ingredients. To cook it, you're gonna take your olive oil, you're gonna coat the bottom of your pot. Just coat it, don't do too much, because I feel like the meat already has grasa, a little bit of grease, a little bit of fat, all the delicious stuff that we all love. And I'm doing it fast, because you know, I feel like that's the trick with bikini lunches. You move a lot, and you feel like you're exercising at the same time. And that's the trick, you know? So first, you're gonna coat that, you're gonna add your onions at the bottom. I always like to add my onions first, let them simmer a little bit, get a little caramelized. I'm gonna add my sopita, right? Boom. Just imagine that this is flame underneath it and it's sizzling all together. You can put some music on so you can be sizzling with it. I'm gonna take my spoon, my spatula I should say, and I'm gonna break that up. I'm gonna add a little bit of white vinegar at the bottom, let it sizzle a little more. Then I'm gonna take my meat, and honestly, I just take it right out of the bag like that. Shake it up, do a little squats in your bikini, keep it going, keep it interesting, guys. I mean, it's the weekend, right? You're gonna break that up. I personally, everybody's different. I have twins, and I don't have a lot of time sometimes, and I feel like they come out, they take my attention away. So I just add everything into the pot while it's on the stove. But if you rather season your meat before, just do it. You can, before you start your stove and start doing all this stuff, you can take your meat, you can add maybe 1.5 tablespoons of, that's my 375 oven, it's ready. So you add a little white distilled vinegar on your meat, adobo, and I do it all by eye, so I just kind of sprinkle a little bit of adobo, not too much because I have the sopita. That's gonna make it very salty. You don't want it to be too salty, and you can always taste it afterwards. If it's too salty, you can't fix it. So just try to do little in the beginning, and then you can add some more. This is oregano, powdered oregano. You just want to sprinkle the top of the meat, just like so. And that's all I do with my meat to actually season it. Once I put it in the pot, and this is for people that are cooking it without, like first you season the meat. Once you put it in the pot and you got your onions and everything kind of sizzling in there, you're gonna take one of these sobrecitos de Goya, and you're just gonna sprinkle it all the way on top. You're gonna put a top on it. You're gonna let it be there. And I personally like it until the meat is just brown, you know? I don't like to overcook the meat because I want it to stay really juicy. Since I'm gonna put it inside of my jalapenos, I'm gonna pop it in the oven and have it all sizzle and be super delicious for like 10 minutes once those are done. So then I take this, el pato, quack quack. And I'm gonna add the sauce to the meat, right? And then just let it sizzle some more. You put the top on it, take the top off. I like to sometimes take the top off because I feel like it dries out really quickly. So once this is done, take it out of the oven, let it cool off a little bit, put it to the side, and you're ready to take your jalapenos. So let me show you. All you're gonna do is take the jalapenos first. You're gonna spread them out, you wash them, clean them up, spread them out, and you're gonna pop them in the oven at 375. When these are done, I'll take them out and I'm gonna put it all together. So I'll be right back. This is where you want it to look. Super delicious. I have my meat that I've cooked, and look at this, guys. Super delicious. Ready to go inside my poppers. These are already out. I put them in the oven for about 15 minutes at 400, and then I broil them until I see that they're cooked. But don't overcook them, because remember, we're gonna put them back in once we fill them up with the meat and the cheese and everything. So what I did was, I take a knife, just so you know, I left one so you guys can see. Take a knife, and you just wanna slice once you have them. Let them cool off a little bit so you don't burn yourself. I'm crazy, so I do it right away. Don't follow mine. Don't follow moi. So I cut it, and then I take the seeds out, just because sometimes my meat is already spicy, and sometimes they could be really spicy with the seeds, and you just don't want to be like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Give me your water. That's what I do. I steal people's waters all the time. As my husband, I take his all the time. Actually, anybody that's around, they just start taking waters. I'm the water thief. Okay, check it out. We're gonna take the meat and we're gonna just stuff them now. Look at that. We stuff them just like this. And then we're gonna take this cheese. We're gonna slice it, the cheddar cheese, just by a chunk, because I like the way it tastes better. Mine is the organic cheddar cheese. I get it at Trader Joe's, delicious. You can put 1 or 2 cheeses depending if you like it really cheesy and delicious. So we're gonna do all of these like this. I'm gonna put them back in the oven until the cheese is melted. Maybe broil it for another 30 seconds or a minute until I see it all get crispy and delicious. But at first I'm gonna go back in there at 400 for 2 minutes, because I already cooked. So we just wanna warm it up all together, and I'm gonna show you once it's out. Okay, they're ready to go in there. Get in there, look at those. And they are done. And now, oh my God. They look super juicy, delicious. Take whatever kind of plate you got. Honestly, I'm doing this for you guys. I would put this in a little plate and just eat it. For you guys that show up every single time I make these, you deserve the nice plate, the beautiful plate. Isn't that great? Jalapeno poppers. And wait, one last thing. A little white wine spritzer. I'm gonna take it topped off. Guys, happy weekend.